So why am I stood on an airfield in front of an old Tornado that's got nothing in it and it's just stood up? Well, it's just to give you something more interesting to look at while I talk a bit briefly about why you might want to listen to me about tech security and tech intelligence. And as you probably gather, I'm ex-Air Force intelligence officer, and I worked with these things in previous lives. Actually ended up running a unit on reconnaissance duties in the Middle East with them, and I've done a variety of things. But after I finished in the military, unfortunately I got a bit injured while I was on a particular job. I then came back, and when I was in the UK, got picked up by a big defence company. And you'll probably appreciate the humour of this story, in that the day I started with that company, I was meant to be doing reconnaissance work, a bit like we did with these Tornado things. And that job went to the right on the day I joined. So rather than making me redundant, they got me to do the capture and then run an R&D outfit, which was working with the MOD. It was the biggest MOD R&D program that they'd had at the time, £60 million. And for my sins, I got put in charge of it. And that really opened my eyes to technology and the security applications of technology, not just operational stuff, but what we now know and refer to as cyber. And so since those days in the early 2000s, I've been in and around the tech security world. After leaving the corporate world, started my own company with a couple of colleagues, and after leaving that company, we sold out. I then moved on into Gordalex, a company that you're now looking at, and if you're watching this online, that's why Gordalex is there. Set up in 2016, and when we were starting off, the security was really, really important. And over the last 2 years, it's become really apparent that too much is talked about the geekery, the firewall this and the Trojan that. And the reality is that there's a much bigger part to play in cyber than just the tech. The tech is very important, I'm not taking anything away from it. But if you don't understand the impact to the human being, both from the bad guy's point of view and from yourself, your staff, even your family, how it can affect you, then you're missing a trick and you're potentially making yourself more vulnerable. So that's what we're here to do, and we're going to be running some courses, some training, all at an accessible price point that we're trying to make it available to everybody so everybody can get the benefit of it. And so in short, I'm going to be going inside to tell you a little bit more about that before I get blown off the airfield, and we'll see you there.